Hi everyone, and welcome to this reading. Today we're asking cards what you're releasing at the moment. This is a huge purging period, and I just figured I will start this channel by asking this very important, deep question. So please feel free to take a moment, pause the video if you need to, and choose your pile. This is pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. Take as much time as you need, and I'll see you at your pile. Okay, hi everyone. If you chose this shell, this is your reading. So we're asking the spirit, what are you releasing at the moment? You know, we're always going through some transformation in our life, and I figured, this is a perfect time to ask such a question. So I'm just gonna shuffle now to see what cards can tell us. What is pile number 1 releasing at this moment? This is a timeless reading, so whenever you find it or whenever it finds you, that means the timing is perfect for you to listen to it or, get a message from it. So let's see. We have the Devil. Okay, this is a very interesting start, a very powerful card. Okay, let's put it there. What is pile 1 releasing at the moment? Two of Wands, okay. The Ace of Pentacles. And the Knight of Cups. Okay, this is a very interesting message that I'm getting. When I first saw the Devil card, I thought, yeah, this is some sort of addiction and, bad habit. But I don't think it's just that. It could be for some of you that you're finally, getting courage to cut off toxic people from your life or stop some toxic habit that you had for years or months. But somehow I think this reading is more about releasing ideals that don't serve you. We all have some ideals that keep us stuck. They're beautiful. We like to daydream about them. But I think this pile is releasing ideals and I'm going to say quote unquote dreams that don't serve them anymore and keep them stuck. You know how sometimes we tend to daydream too much to the point where we just daydream and we don't make anything happen in the 3D, right? I think this pile is releasing, maybe ideals is not the right word. Maybe you are releasing ideas that keep you small. For example, maybe you dreamed of working in a certain industry for a very long time and you hope that that will come true and you daydreamed about it, you had the vision, but somehow that thing didn't come true. But it didn't come true because, it's not the right thing for you. And I think you're finally coming to terms with the fact that maybe this job or this person or this idea that you held on to for so long is actually not meant for you. And I don't think this was an easy process. I think you went through trials and tribulations to get to this point where you can say, okay, I think after all this time, after all this effort, I'm courageous enough to leave this behind. This can very well be a relationship. This can be a friendship. This can be a family relationship. But I think it's mostly either a romantic relationship or, as I said, an idea of who you thought you were meant to be. I think you're shedding your old self in a way, the devil in this combination tells me about finding stability, finding comfort in something that doesn't serve you. Because, you know, the Ace of Pentacles is about the, you know, it's a very stable card, right? And then we have the Vision here, and we have the devil. And all of that is combined with the Knight of Chalices, which is a very dreamy card. You know, he takes action, he's trying, he's pursuing his goal, but still at the same time, you know, it seems as that goal is running away from him. What I think you're releasing is old habits and, most importantly, old beliefs. I'm repeating myself a little because I want to, I'm trying to get the message across properly. For some of you, you were definitely battling with some sort of very difficult addiction. You know, this can be addiction to drugs, alcohol, but this can also be something like, you know, sex addiction, toxic relationships addiction. You know, some people are drawn to toxic people, and it's a form of self-torture in a way. And if you have some sort of relationship that resonates with that description, I think you're definitely getting the courage to leave. And I really, really applaud you. And the third option that I have for this group is that you're finally letting go of the idea of what you're meant to do. I think the universe is opening doors for you to actually do something you were meant to do. I'm going to give you one example. For instance, I am a graphic designer, and I graduated. I have a bachelor diploma as a graphic designer, but, you know, I thought for a very long time that that was my calling. Whereas in fact, life took me in a very different direction, and it was very hard to have to face myself and take a hard look at the fact that maybe I shouldn't do that type of a job, because although I'm a very creative person, I found it very hard to, you know, to do the job properly because of all the pressure and, you know, demands from clients. The job wasn't what it seemed. Let's just put it that way, okay? So I think something like that is happening to you, and I actually think that's a good I'm not gonna say a breaking point, but I'm gonna say a tipping point. I think after this, you're going to step into a much more solid and empowered version of yourself, because, you know, the stability that you had was almost like, I'm not going to say false, it served you definitely for a very long time, but I think you know, you're going to build something that's actually sustainable. This is not going to be a dream or a relationship that's coming to you in the future that's going to just keep you stuck and hazy and whatnot. This is going to be something that actually really, really, really gives you the stability. You know, I think this is a very good reading. I think this is a very good reading. And I think if this resonates with you, I really hope this, I really hope if you chose this file that you got the message. I'm not sure how clear I interpreted it, but yeah, you know, this was your reading. I hope something resonated for you. And if you resonated with this, I'm just going to say, don't give up. You're on the right track. This is not going to be an easy thing, but you're releasing something that you held on to for a very long time. What's coming for you is something very beautiful. You see, you have the Six of Cups at the bottom of the deck. What's coming towards you is a lot of joy, a lot of abundance, and something that's so soul nourishing. You have no idea how positive the energy is at the other side of this transformation. You're releasing something that, yeah, that just doesn't resonate with your soul anymore. So yeah, thank you for coming to this reading, and I really hope something resonated. Feel free to comment, leave a like if you want to. And if you decide to come back, you're always welcome. Have a great day, and thank you so much. Hi everyone, for those of you who chose this piece of glass, this is your reading. This is pile 2. So let's get started. What are you releasing at the moment? What is pile 2 releasing at the moment? Oh, this pile really wants to talk. This is really... Let me see. Let me see. What is pile 2 releasing at the moment? Oh, okay. Not gonna take that many cards for sure. What is pile number 2 releasing? Oh, okay. This is a heavy one. This is a heavy one. 2 more cards, please. What is pile number 2 releasing at the moment? What is pile number 2 releasing at the moment? Okay. One more card, please. Okay. This is a very interesting spread. Let's just put it here so you can see all the cards. This is a very interesting spread. I think for this pile, let me just clarify. I need one more card for this one. What is pile number 2 releasing? We have the Ace of Cups. I don't know if you can see it. Let's put it here. I think this has to do with something with control issues. But these are not just any control issues. These are issues that, you know, when you felt so uncertain and scared and unprotected in your childhood, that you developed a controlling habit where you really need to have all control and understanding of your surroundings at all times to feel safe. This is for people who grew up in very either turbulent households or had very turbulent childhoods. And this is for people who were taught from very early age that they have to rely completely on themselves. This is a pile for people who felt that only they can count on themselves, and that, you know, I think this pile is, I don't think, if this is your pile, if you resonate with this one, I think you're most likely a successful person, or you're striving towards success. You have a very clear goal, or, you know, a vision of where you want to be in life. And you're very much in tune with your masculine energy. But I think this masculine energy within you is so strong that at moments is maybe suppressing your feminine energy. Again, this doesn't have to do with your gender. It's only about energy. So I think this is the pile for people who, I mean, I applaud you. I applaud you if this is your pile, because you really had to take care of yourself. You really, really had to be strong and rely on yourself. And maybe you're the eldest child. Maybe, you know, you were emotionally neglected. I know that's a very difficult topic, but that's what I see in this pile. And maybe even, you know, throughout your life, you were abandoned by people, and you learned to always have to rely on yourself. And what I think you're actually releasing here is this hyper independence, this hyper reliance on your masculine energy. And I think you're finally coming to terms with some more difficult things from your past, even those that you suppressed for many, many years, that were very hurtful and that really took a toll on you. This can be something from your childhood. And again, this can be something from your, you know, teen years or maybe early 20s. I don't know how old you are. You're coming to terms with your past, and you're coming to terms with the fact that actually you can't control everything, and that's completely okay. I feel very much at peace when I'm reading this, because there is so much hope on the horizon for you. I feel like I want to give a sigh of relief when I do this reading. This is a very you're a very powerful person, and I think you're meant for great things in life. And I think what you're going through at the moment maybe isn't easy. You're purging a lot of stuff. I think you've been purging for a while now, but I think you're reaching a accumulating point where you're finally getting rid of the baggage, the last piece of baggage that's been holding you back. I think this, maybe you have had issues in your relationships, specifically romantic relationships, because you always wanted to be sure where you stand. You always wanted to control the dynamic in the situation, consciously or unconsciously. Maybe you were the type of person who really needed to know where things are going much too fast. Maybe you were the type of person who can't stand any type of uncertainty, and maybe you struggled with going with the flow of life. And while you had a lot of success in your career in masculine energy endeavors, maybe you struggled in personal relationships simply because you struggled to allow yourself to receive love, to receive kindness, to actually release control for a little bit and give it to someone else so that you can rest and recuperate and, get better and tune into your feminine energy. This pile is all about learning self-love. It's not about releasing, this masculine energy. This is a highly developed masculine energy, and it served you for so long. And I think it's going to serve you for years to come. But what I think is going on here is you're actually learning to tap into your feminine energy. And I think it feels a little unnatural. You're questioning yourself. There is a little fear here sometimes, but I think for the most part, I feel very peaceful. And I think as time goes on in the next few months, you will be stepping into your feminine energy, and you'll be so surprised by how well things work out for you without you having to control every single detail. Please just know that I'm not calling you controlling. I personally have a similar issue. I'm just saying that you're so tuned into your masculine energy. You're so great at, disciplining yourself and smashing goals and going after your dreams and things like that. But I think you need to, and I think you know this. I think if this is your pile, you know this. I think you're learning to really, surrender control to the universe and let life take you where you need to go for a little while. I think in, a few months or maybe a year or two, you'll be transformed in a way that, this transformation is about you. It's about, maybe you were always giving to people. Maybe you were always the one people relied on, but you never had someone you can rely on. And I think what's changing is the more you release this need to be constantly in the masculine energy, the more people are going to come to nourish you and give you love and give you everything you thought you could never have. And this is a very powerful reading. I mean, if this resonates with you, you're about to completely change your reality for the better. I think for this pile, you're going to have all you want in life because it's meant for you. It's just a matter of, surrendering control and going with the flow. So yeah, this is a very nice reading. It almost made me cry because it's so powerful. It's so potent. You're learning that it's okay to love yourself, and you're learning it's okay to not do something for a while, and you're learning it's okay to not have control and not know everything at all times. And I think this is very beautiful. So, if this pile resonated with you, I wish you best of luck. If you like, you can leave a comment, like, subscribe if you want to. And I really wish you all the best. Have a great day. And yeah, thank you so much. Okay, so pile number 3, I already tried filming this a couple times now. So this is the last time I'm filming this. If you chose this pile, this is the shell you chose in the beginning of this video, and this is your reading. This is pile number 3. So what is pile number 3 releasing? These cards are already pre-shuffled because I really tried filming a few times now. So what I think you are releasing is your unhealthy relationship with your ego. I think this is a pile of people this is a pile where you have achieved success. This is a pile for people who are very good looking, very successful. You have things figured out in your life, but something is missing. I think for a very long time, you try to maintain a certain image, unconsciously, of course, because you found that by being that person you thought you were, people are going to appreciate you and respect you. And you always had very positive feedback from people if you were this attractive or were this successful. But I think what you're missing here is actually some depth, because I think for this group, people were attracted to you or drawn to you for superficial reasons. But at the same time, I think you didn't allow yourself to go deeper, and you really immersed yourself into that role that you maybe were given, maybe you developed yourself, maybe a combination of the two. But I think what you're releasing here is the need to be constantly perfect, the need to prove yourself to people, the need to maintain a social image. I think this is a pile for people who are coming to terms with the fact that they want something more genuine in their life. You're a confident person. Maybe, throughout life you felt like you're not worthy enough, so you had to prove yourself by always looking great, always being great, always doing, everything perfect. But I think you're coming to terms with the fact that maybe people around you are not fulfilling you on a deeper level. Maybe you're awakening to a fact that what you're doing looks good on the outside, but doesn't necessarily fulfill you on the inside. It's almost like, I don't know how to explain this. It's almost like you are very happy and content with what you've achieved, and you're not letting go of that. But at the same time, you're realizing that there's more that you need from this world to feel fulfilled. It's almost like, when you work very hard to, let's say, graduate and get a job and, establish yourself in a certain career, only to find out that you actually want more from life. Only to find out that maybe this looks really great on the outside, but, something is missing. It's almost like you have unconsciously perceived yourself, through the eyes of other people. For example, if you are a very attractive person, which I think you are here, there's no doubt. If you're a very attractive person, maybe you perceived yourself only through the lens of, okay, I'm attractive, this is my asset, and this is all I am, and people will want me only when I look good. This is a very, maybe not the best explanation, but I really hope you will get the message that I'm trying to convey here. Maybe, it's almost like you're realizing, like, oh my God, I'm much more than this. I'm much more than just a pretty face. I'm much more than, a successful person. I'm much more than someone people should be drawn to because of their looks, status, or whatnot. I think what you're releasing is this need to make other people happy. The need to match people's expectations of you. You're releasing the need to be everything for everyone. You're releasing expectations of perfection. You're releasing the need to, match a certain image that people have imposed onto you. I think you're realizing here that maybe you are not who people made you believe you are. Even though this is most likely a very positive thing, it's almost like it's positive, but there's even more depth to you than people have maybe seen or that you've seen in yourself. I think what you're coming out of is living on the surface of things. It's not like you aren't spiritual. I mean, you're here, you're extremely spiritual, but it's like you're finally embracing the fact that maybe, for instance, your soul family isn't among the people you thought were your soul family. Maybe you're opening yourself up to more variety in your life. Maybe you are opening yourself up to the fact, okay, maybe I thought my soulmate would be this, and that, or maybe I thought my perfect job would be this, and that. Maybe I thought this group of people is where I want to belong. But you're coming to terms with who you actually are and what your real needs are in this lifetime, or at least at this moment in your life. And I think this is going to bring you a lot of joy. All three piles were extremely positive, for sure. It's just that I think this is maybe the most the easiest to digest. I think this pile is for people who are already well established and developed. I mean, we are all always growing, right? But I think for this pile here, you've done a lot. It's just you need a little tweaking, it's almost like you're upgrading, but you're upgrading in a way that's really going to bring you fulfillment fulfillment on a deeper soul level. Yeah, I don't think a lot will change in terms of your success, your abundance, your looks. It's just that you're going to give yourself permission to not be so perfect all the time, and you're going to feel very comfortable. For example, if you always wanted to look your perfect self wherever you go, you're going to accept the fact that you look amazing even without perfect clothes, perfect makeup, anything like that. It's almost like this pile is more like a touch-up. This is like you already have a painting, you already have a canvas, right? You did something. It's almost like these are little touch-ups, what you need to do to bring more happiness into your life. Because I think you're much more than what people think you are. You're much, much more than this pretty thing, shiny thing that people want to go after. And I think this notion that you're that you're embracing is going to bring you closer to your soul tribe. And I think you're going to meet a lot of people who really resonate with you on a soul level. I think this pile is going to experience a lot of fulfillment in interpersonal relationships in the future, because you're finally realizing, like, oh my God, I'm so much more than this. I can do so much better. I can be my imperfect self and people can still love me. Okay? So I really hope this reading resonated. And, please leave a comment, leave a like if you want to. Thank you for coming here. This is my first reading, so I really hope the messages that I recorded were useful. If not, let it fly. Maybe this wasn't your reading. I wish you all the best. Thank you for coming here, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.